This is a quick instant reaction video to Leeds United 5, Newcastle United 2. Really disappointing night for Steve Bruce's Newcastle United. I'm not on the True Faith podcast later and have a lot to say, so I thought I'd say this. Disappointing but not unexpected. I thought Leeds were by far the better team and deserved their win. Probably couldn't and should have won by more. You look at the quality of Leeds' first three goals compared to the goals Newcastle scored, and every goal's a great goal for Newcastle United, but you look at how well Leeds played and their interplay and everything they do in an attacking sense, and it's a million miles away from Steve Bruce's Newcastle United, and you can't win every game. Even, Leeds have gone level on points with us. They're a newly promoted side, but I think they're a good side. They came into the game with one home win all season. Their confidence was shot. Who better to play than Newcastle United, who are going to give you 70% of possession as a guarantee. They're not going to try and disrupt that. They're not going to try and stop your play. They're not going to really put tackles in. They're not going to press you. They are the perfect side to play in such a situation. So, there's no shame in losing any game in the Premier League. But to lose like that, and forget about the fact that 3 goals in the last 10 minutes, forget about the dreadful substitutions, forget about the fact that Leeds should have been several goals ahead at half-time. If anyone is watching this who didn't think that was going to go how it went, forget about the score for it. But Leeds dominating possession, dominating territory, and having, I think that the bar for Bruce is about 20 shots. So Leeds had 25 shots, and if you concede 25 shots at goal consistently and regularly in the Premier League, there will be games when you end up conceding 3, 4, and 5 goals regularly. It was a massive 10 days for Steve Bruce at Newcastle United. I don't think Steve Bruce is a good enough manager to be in the Premier League. I'd love to be proved wrong. This isn't an anti-Bruce agenda. On social media at the weekend, I was delighted Newcastle won. As usual, my mentions were full of people saying, he's great, you slagged him off, blah, blah, blah. Finally beat West Brom, who sacked their manager yesterday, probably because they lost at Newcastle 2-1. We beat them 2-1 and fair play, and it was a good result. Here we are, 3 days later, 5 goals conceded at Leeds. Does anyone have any confidence we'll beat Fulham? We should beat Fulham because Fulham are terrible. But, it's just not good enough. If Marcelo Bielsa left Leeds tomorrow, if he resigned or was sacked or whatever, he would leave a legacy. Forget about promotion, forget about beating Newcastle 5-2, but he leaves a playing squad moulded in his style with a unique style of play that, forget about it entertaining, because that's all right, that's a bonus, but there is a style of play to which the players are coached in a very particular way to achieve results. If Steve Bruce left Newcastle United tomorrow, I struggle to see any other kind of legacy other than allowing most opponents as many shots and goal as they can muster in 90 minutes, often 20 plus, sometimes 30. Giving the possessions much of the ball as they want, normally up to 70% or over 70%, and generally having your goalkeeper overworked and keeping you in the game. The defending for all 5 of Newcastle's goals tonight was shambolic, yet Kieran Clark for me is still our man of the match. Caldwell has done nothing wrong, he's conceded 5 goals. These aren't good, they're not good things. That isn't a positive place to be when your side plays like that. You can still rescue this week, you can still go and beat Fulham at the weekend. It would, 6 points out of 9, not a bad week at all. So it's I'm not wanting to sit here and pretend things are worse than they are. My concern is, you saw tonight, I thought the manager's substitutions were terrible. I said at the time I'm a huge Dwight Gale fan, as anyone who's heard me podcasts knows, but I thought it was the wrong substitution. I thought Joe Linton was playing well. I thought Almiron was a shout, but through the middle of the pitch, not on the wings, where Leeds were, constantly putting the ball out wide and putting balls in towards the back post. Almiron's a terrible shout for that. Richie's the obvious shout. Bring Almiron and play him through the middle. If you want to bring Gale on, then bring him on for Wilson, and if you want to keep Wilson on, then that's not the sub. Newcastle were really poor tonight, but I'll say it again, it's not just the result, it's not just the scoreline, it's the fact that everyone saw it coming. It's the fact that once again you sat there watching Newcastle United playing television, knowing fine well that you should be losing comfortably, but you're not. And to get back into that game 2-2 and throw it away like they did is unforgivable. But this is Newcastle United, and Steve Bruce could be sat here next Wednesday night, Newcastle in a League Cup semi-final for the first time since 1750 or whatever. That's just the nature of the Premier League. But I've spent much of the day wishing I was at Ellen Road tonight, wishing I was on the way down with the lads in the car, and I'm sat here talking to you on this video delighted that I wasn't there, because it would be a far worse aftermath with the drive back from Leeds, or train back from Leeds, however we decided to go. Thanks for watching this video. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. You've got the Charlotte show this Friday night, Christmas special, free podcast out on all major podcast platforms, Spotify, Apple, Google, the lot, Acast. Stick with True Faith for all Newcastle United stuff. We really appreciate it. Goodbye.